Hello guys, and we are here for some awesome game day bingo. Should be a lot of fun here as you're all the way over in the corner. You gotta scoot yourself into screen a little bit more as we got half you off the air. As we get after it in this game right here. Should be a lot of fun as we'll be streaming to those Pilot TVs. Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch, so hopefully you guys are checking out those streams, sending out some messages as we will shoot you out some luck as you get on after it in some of these games.
Absolutely. Go and check us out wherever it is convenient for you, as we hope to have a bunch of you guys come on out and try and take home these prizes for yourself. We ended up giving out quite a few different prizes just yesterday, as we had what some may say, a wild Wednesday. We had a lot of different prizes going on out to some very lucky players, as we were able to give out 5 different jackpots. We were able to give out 5 different jackpots just yesterday, as for our total over the last 7 days ended up being about 21 different jackpots to go out, as we reach a high of 291 jackpots for this season 16 so far.
Been a fantastic season so far, as we were able to give out our first jackpot yesterday to Chard over at the Spare Time Tavern, as Chard took home $2,651 in an awesome major jackpot in Game Day Bingo.
Congratulations going out to you, Chard. We ended up giving out a Pilot Payday jackpot prize of $2,500 split between 3 lucky players. We had Ice Fisherman over at the Carboni's Pizza and Sports Bar Burnsville, Elvis over at Big Louie's Bar and Grill Crystal, and Be Nimble over at the Arlington Dugout, as they each got to take home a portion of that prize, as they pocketed $833 each.
Great job to all three of those players in that fantastic game. Glad to see you guys taking home those prizes. Plus some of my favorite names: Ice Fisherman, Elvis, Be Nimble. I feel like it's a very creative name list right there, as you guys were having a blast. We did have one more jackpot prize go out, as me and Jordy were actually live able to give this one out in a little bit of top dog action. Is that what it was? I can't remember exactly what PGO game we were playing, but Janie over at the Red Men Club in St. Peter took home $1,224, a fantastic first place prize in that game.
Congratulations to Janie, as well as everybody else who came on out for that awesome Wild Wednesday just last night. Make sure you guys come on out for every PGL matchup we have to offer, as you guys could end up taking home some great jackpot prizes for yourself. If you guys want to stay in the know and up to date, head on over to Facebook, search up Pilot Games, and give us a like and follow. That way you guys can stay up to date and in the know of everything we have going on, whether it be our event details, weekly bingo schedules, or just seeing where those big progresses have grown to. It's definitely a great resource to go and check on out, as we even have direct links right at the top of that Facebook page that have links directly to all of our other social media pages, our streaming platforms, pgl.world, and even all the locations around Minnesota are conveniently listed for you guys right there as well.
It's definitely a great place to stay up to date with all things Pilot Games, so make sure you're giving that Facebook page a like and follow. As easy as just searching up Pilot Games on that search bar and clicking on our logo. We do have some players getting after it here, as $8.80 should be going out very, very soon, as we're already at a pretty large ball count. As there it goes, Jerry Bear over the B&B Sports Bar, E-Dub, as well as Wicker over at Leo's Bar Newmarket are all splitting up that Musco prize of $8.80, as we now get enrolled into this next game. This next game, number 2, will have a minor jackpot clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun as we get after it in this upcoming game.
Absolutely, so stick around and listen up, because we're going to let you guys know where all the progressives have grown to today, as you guys get each and every day started off with these great game day bingo games that run from 12 all the way till 1 p.m. Then Ian and I will go off air, but you'll jump into your first round of Lucky 4 bingo for the day, over $57,324. That'll be just primed and ready to be growing as you guys get enrolled at that 1 p.m. round.
Then from 1 all the way till 4, you'll continue playing more Game Day Bingo, as you'll then play a matchup of Lucky for Bingo at 4 o'clock. Another shot at maybe an even larger jackpot prize than that 1 p.m. game. If it didn't go out there, then obviously it will continue to grow.
Absolutely. It should be a lot of fun at that 4 p.m. round before you guys get into some great games from 4 all the way till 6 p.m. of some great game day bingo action. Wherever those progressives have grown to, you get to pick right back up and continue playing for those amazing 2 hours. Then at 6 p.m., you guys will have a great chance at taking home a Pilot Payday jackpot prize for yourself. That's right, as you guys can check out Pilot Payday every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 6 p.m. to try and take home that $2,500 prize for yourself. It's definitely a lot of fun, guys. Go and check it out wherever you can, playing Pilot games at 6 p.m. today.
Yeah, Pilot Payday is one of our personal favorites, as it has a must-go prize of $2,500. Obviously, it wasn't a full $2,500 that went out this last game, as we had 3 different players taking home $833, I think it was, as they all got a little bit of cash in that awesome action. We will end off our night with Game Day Bingo, finishing it off from 6 all the way till 10 p.m. We do like to interrupt that 6 to 10 Game Day Bingo twice a week, though, as the past 2 nights we've been celebrating those awesome PGL specialty nights. That's MegaSota Game Night and Wild Wednesday. MegaSota Game Night gets started at 6:40 every Tuesday. Wild Wednesday, 7 p.m. every single Wednesday night. During those specialty nights, you get opportunities at huge PGL matchups with great cash prizes on the line. I mean, for example, in our in one of our PGL games, Janie was able to take home a first place prize of $1,224. Just an example of some of the great prizes that go out on those PGL specialty nights. So make sure you guys are coming out 6:40 every Tuesday, 7 p.m. every Wednesday to get your chance at some of those awesome games.
Absolutely, and make sure you guys are signed up at pgl.world if you plan on taking home any of those points for yourself. We are about halfway through this great game here as we aim to see who's going to be taking home the prize for themselves as we jump into our first national day that maybe you guys out there could be celebrating, National Retinol Day. And on November 7th, celebrate the most popular anti-aging skincare ingredient with National Retinol Day.
Yeah, an interesting one. Retinol has done a lot of great things for people to avoid skin aging. I know it's like the most popular ingredient into those anti-age skincare routines. The only reason I have any kind of negative reaction to it is I see a lot of little kids getting into the use of retinol, and I just know I just feel like you can survive with just a little bit of lotion. You're young, you still got all the things working for you. You could do it as you get a little older.
I'd have to agree. I could honestly get up on a soapbox and talk about it. The fact that they are actually damaging their skin with all the products that they put on it that young. But yeah, retinol is definitely a great agent to utilize when you get to that point in your life where you actually do need to start thinking about age prevention and the anti-aging effects of skincare and trying to keep your collagen productions up. And this is definitely a great one to maybe go and do some research on today and see if maybe you should be incorporating a little bit of retinol into your day-to-day skincare.
Absolutely. And I hate the thought of anti-aging. I feel like it should be more like it's to age gracefully care, kind of thing, because you want to grow up. You want to see all the stages of. I think everybody looks beautiful in all the stages. It's just doing the best to make sure you look your best throughout all those stages of life. We do have Bit over at the Scoops Pub and Grill taking home our must-go prize of $14.50 as we now get enrolled into this next game. This next game will include a minor jackpot. Click it up from 54 to 56 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun as we get enrolled into this upcoming game. Just 1 minute and 50 seconds to do so.
Absolutely. Well, happy National Retinol Day. Maybe go out and do a little educating yourself on today. Up next, we have National Cashback Day, as this takes place on the first Thursday in November, as this speaks to the savvy shopper in all of us. It's one big day of exclusive offers that give you the gift of cash back.
Cash back, an awesome little opportunity for you right there, and especially as we're getting into some heavy expenditure months with November, Thanksgiving, December has Christmas as well as getting prepped for the New Year's celebration. There's a lot of things that you got to buy and get around for. And so being able to be a little bit more financially conscious and trying to get a little bit of that cash back on what you're spending your money on is a huge thing.
Absolutely. I gotta say, I was very, very excited about the Target Circle card as it typically has cash back, and I was very excited about it last year while I was going to sign up. And then I go to sign up, and they say 1 week left, and then we're no longer doing cash back.
That stinks.
I was like, what's the point?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I totally get that. But there's lots of great cards and different options that can get you high levels of cash back. And it's just fun to be a savvy shopper to be able to
Makes you feel
find
really
a good deal.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Being like learning how to become a savvy shopper, I feel like that's something that should be, even though it's
Taught.
something that people would scoff at, it should be like a class, like in school, of being like, this is how you can get deals on everything that you do. Make sure you're getting your best, the most bang for your buck kind of thing. Because I feel like it's such a useful tidbit that as a young adult, you just don't understand and you end up overpaying for so many different things and not getting the proper discounts that you're supposed to be. And I feel like that's something that could
I
be
know.
taught.
We need to make a petition to make home ec a year-long course instead of like just a semester elective.
Yeah.
And then instead
And
of
make it
just
a real course.
and instead of just having it be fake money that you earn and spend throughout the semester, you get a checkbook, you get a booklet of coupons, and you
Yes.
get different aspects other than just cash because we are so moving beyond a cash world. And having those key things be taught in schools, like how to balance your checkbook, how to coupon to save. If you don't want to coupon, who's better off in what they go after?
Yeah.
And just teaching those more vital skills that I think more adults face day to day and would like a little bit better of an understanding before jumping into adulthood.
For
It's
sure.
definitely a big one on today.
Yeah, financial literacy is a huge thing.
Yeah, don't get me started.
Absolutely. Happy National Cashback Day. Encouraging you to just be that little bit more savvy shopper on today. As we move on to a tasty one, National Bittersweet Chocolate with Almonds Day. National Bittersweet Chocolate with Almonds Day ushers in one of the more healthful ways to enjoy chocolate.
Absolutely, as bittersweet chocolate is one of the more healthier chocolates out there. But I gotta say, I am not a big fan of the bittersweet. I am a semi-sweet to milk chocolate gal. But if you put almonds in with my chocolate bar, I am very, very happy. Hershey's even came out with a line of symphony chocolate bars, and one of them
Oh.
is you could get either milk or dark chocolate, but the add-ins were toffee and almonds, and it is probably my favorite chocolate bar to date.
That's yummy. That sounds like a good one. I'm a big fan of any chocolate covered almonds mixed with my different candies, and so it's a great one to be able to enjoy on today. I think bittersweet chocolate is not that great all the time, but I think when you pair it with almonds, I think that is one of the few ways that I can really enjoy it. I think that salty mixed with the bittersweet chocolate just adds that little bit of flavor that you just need to add to the bittersweet chocolate that is maybe not as tasty by itself.
Absolutely. I'm a big fan of any chocolate covered almond. You could really sway me with any different variety of it. This is definitely a super tasty one on today, so make sure you guys try and get your hands on some bittersweet chocolate with almonds on today.
Absolutely. We are coming to a close of this game as Mike over at the Sherwood Lounge will be taking home this Game 3 must-go prize of $12.90. Congratulations to you, Mike, as we watch our wild player boogie along with you as we get enrolled into this next game. With that minor jackpot clicking up from 56 to 58 balls or less should be a lot of fun in this game number 4 of Game Day Bingo. And as we get enrolled, we give one last shout out to National Bittersweet Chocolate with Almonds Day as we move into our final national day of today.
That's right, as it is National Men Make Dinner Day. As National Men Make Dinner Day happens on the first Thursday in November, as this places the man of the house in charge of the kitchen and the evening's meal.
Absolutely. Definitely a fun one and one that Jordy will probably make us celebrate on today, as I'll probably cook up some dinner. I'll do it willingly, as I can enjoy making a little bit of dinner action on today.
It's
And
not often I'll ask you to do it.
no, no, that's not our dynamic. But it is kind of, even though this is our dynamic, it's kind of sad that we have to have a whole national day for men to make dinner because it's such a rarity. But actually, we're around quite a few people that they don't follow that same thing. Your
No,
dad
I
has
grew
always
up in
been.
yeah, I grew up in a house. Well, I mean, my mom cooks more.
Does she? I feel like whenever I'm around, he's always the cook.
Well, he's there nowadays.
Yeah, oh yeah, because
Dude.
working a different job, yeah, it changes. He owned a bar, and so he worked really bad hours. It's hard to cook for people when you're having to work bar hours.
When you're asleep during the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I gotta say, there was a lot of time we were so happy when my dad was the one making dinner, as he is the chef in my family dynamic. It was always such a good time, as he would make chicken cordon bleu from scratch, or chicken parm, or ribs, or anything really. He could really make it well. And so that was definitely a great one on my household, at least. I know we have other family members in our lives that their man of the household is the primary cook, and so this is definitely a great one. And for those households that isn't that dynamic, today's the day to make the man of the house do the cooking.
Absolutely, absolutely. I've always had in my family, it's always been kind of a 50-50 split. They just have like meals that they do better than each other. Where if you're asking, my dad has always been a barbecue. He owned his own barbecue restaurant, so barbecue has been a staple in my household for forever. And so consistently made barbecue has been always my dad's job. He's always been someone that cooks up a lot of the proteins for us and stuff like that, where my mom, she's gonna prep up the veggies, she's gonna do it. It's kind of a tag team work that they do a lot of the time to make it all work, to make it all go round. But
Absolutely.
this encourages the men to get into the kitchen on today. I know for a long time, just because I'd always had meals prepped for me, and once I got to college, I didn't have to cook my own meals because I had a meal plan. I'd just go to the diner to get my meals. I fell into a spot where I was almost uncomfortable in the kitchen when I first got out of the whole entire college lifestyle. And so then learning how to cook once again, learning how to
Then
cook.
you went straight to me cooking as well after the dorm plan.
I had like 3 years of
Oh, yeah.
of not with you, and at that point I learned how to cook grilled chicken, rice, broccoli, grilled asparagus, rice, steak. I learned how to make those things. I didn't really learn how to make much else, as I was just trying to like put on some muscle, trying to be like a lifter type body filled, or I was making like mac and cheese or pastas, super easy works and stuff like that. So to learn, I still am a person that needs to push my boundaries, especially in the kitchen. And today is one of those days that maybe I can take a little bit of initiative to push my boundary and try and make a meal that I've never done before.
That would be some really fun stuff, as I have a hard time releasing control. And so having you just take full reins of an actual dinner is a little nerve-wracking for me.
That would be. I make sure to ask a lot of questions to make you feel
very much the person that is just like, if I know I can do something better, I'm like, please just step aside and let me handle the situation.
And you're the better cook,
And
for sure.
when it comes to cooking, unfortunately, I was just raised to cook more. We do have our winner here, though, as Jer Bear at the B&B Sports Bar and Grill takes home that minor jackpot. $148 going out to you, Jer Bear. Congratulations. $24.90 will be tacked onto a double must-go round into this next game. Stick around and make sure you don't miss out on any of the great action we still have going.
Absolutely. Definitely some great stuff there. Just 2 minutes to get enrolled. But you've always been a helper in the kitchen. That's always been something. So you've learned how to make a lot of recipes. Your parents very much made a point to teach you how to cook from a
I
very
was
young
raised with
age.
like traditional values. I was raised to be like a homemaker.
Yeah, and so I never was taught, like, I guess kind of traditional values, but I mean I was not in like every other instance.
No,
But
but like
with
you handled the yard work and things outside and
my sister was still a big yard work helper and stuff like that, even though she tried to avoid it as much as she could.
I was
Uh,
very much an indoor
yeah,
chore
yeah.
worker.
And I did a lot of indoor chores as well. Like, but when it came to cooking, just wasn't my forte. I tried to avoid it personally. Whenever my mom, once I got older and was closing in on like leaving the house for college, she tried to make me cook more meals, and I was always so just like trying to avoid it as much as I could. And so to push myself out of that comfort zone to get into the kitchen and try making some, maybe a chicken parm or something random that I've never tried before. It'd be a cool one to do on today.
Absolutely. So, if you are the typical feast maker of your household, make your husband or the man of the house cook dinner on today, as it is National Men Make Dinner Day. As is an awesome one. So, step aside, kick back, and maybe pour yourself a glass of wine on this awesome National Day.
Yeah, we got just 30 seconds to get enrolled into this next game, and as we do so, we got a little bit of Vikings news to talk about, as we were able to beat the Indianapolis Colts 21-13 on Sunday night. After a rough first half where we actually went scoreless, we finally got the thing going by Jordan Addison making a one-handed diving grab in the back corner of the end zone. Along with that, we had a great performance by Justin Jefferson, as expected, as he had 137 yards. And we saw a bounce-back second half for Sam Darnold, who threw 2 interceptions early and followed it up with 3 touchdowns in the second half, being able to put together a pretty decent game. And our defense came out there, and after having 30 points put on them twice, made a really tough return to the starting position for Joe Flacco, as we held that offense only to 13 points.
Absolutely, as we aim to get another win under our belt as we help keep this record up, as we have our game coming up this Sunday. It'll be right smack in the middle of the day, right at noon, up against the Jaguars. It should be some really exciting stuff for our Vikings, so make sure you guys come on out, as Sunday we actually will be coming to you live for the first half of that Vikings game, as we hope to see you guys all out there for a Vikings game day broadcast, as we play through some great games of game day bingo. But in the meantime, if you want to go and show your support, we have a great E-Tab game that you can check out today.
Absolutely. That E-Tab game is Vikings Victory. You can pick a letter in the Skull bonus round. See if you take home some big jackpot prizes. Speaking of Vikings games and all those things, I know you've been to a Vikings game. I know you've been to a Detroit Lions game. Have you been to any other stadiums for professional football? No, not none of the others. I just had went through as my physical therapist that I've been seeing recently. He has the goal of seeing trying to get to all 32 NFL football stadiums, and I thought that was a really cool goal. And I started to think through all of mine, and I was like, oh, I'd like. And he was like, I've done 6 in the past 6 years, and so then I started to kind of think about all of my different ones. Jaguars, who we're going up against, was actually my first ever NFL football game. I was living right next to Florida, near that Florida-Georgia line. It was closer for us to go from Georgia to the Jaguars game than it was to go to an Atlanta Falcons game. So I went to see the Jaguars back when Maurice Jones-Drew was a rookie. And then I'm trying to think all the other ones. But when I counted it all up, I was at, I think, 5 different stadiums without even consciously thinking about it. And so I was like, I'm getting up there. Like I'm closing in on about a what would it be, 1/5, 1/6 of the way there, kind of thing. Maybe I could push myself to get to all 32 stadiums.
Absolutely, as let me know which ones you've been to.
Okay, I've been to Jaguars. I've been to a Arizona Cardinals game. I've been to a Vikings. I've been to a Lions game, and I've been to a Bengals game. Yeah.
Well, you do have a winner here, as a player over at Boulevard Bar and Grill takes home $42. Congratulations there. Make sure you guys continue to get enrolled in this next round. Do not miss out, as we have that minor jackpot back up at 54 balls or less going into this next round. But really exciting stuff. We were talking a little bit about the NFL. Go and check out our great ETAB game, Vikings Victory, to show your support for our Vikings today.
Absolutely. But if you're looking for some other ETAB games, check out the 70 different Charitable ETAB games that we have on your guys' iPads. You can play those games at any time and win huge prizes up to $1,500. Those games feature low bets ranging from 50 cents to $5. With awesome bonus and free play rounds, we would love for you to check them out. As we are highlighting those ETAB games, Jordy has a fantastic ETAB game she would like to highlight for you guys.
That's right, as Winter Wonderland is an incredible ETAB game as we are moving on into the colder seasons, but actually, it's a little Alice in Wonderland themed ETAB game, so maybe go and check that out as you can even be invited to the Queen of Hearts Tea Party bonus round to try and take home some great prizes for yourself there. It's definitely a lot of fun. Go and check out Winter Wonderland wherever you play Pilot games.
Absolutely. Definitely a great one to be able to highlight there. As I will be highlighting, let me see. I'm gonna look at a few of our games.
I got an extra one if you want it. Bachelorette Party, as I have been very, very blessed this past year, as in within the last 3 months, I was asked to be the maid of honor for 3 separate people.
Yeah.
And so it is the Bachelorette season, and with my loved ones at least, and so it's super fun. Go and check out Bachelorette Party wherever you play Pilot games.
Yeah, I got to be for the first time ever a best man. That was a pretty cool little thing that I got to do. I have no other planned out, as you have 2 others, but
Yeah.
it's a great time.
Absolutely. I even on my start of my 2024 year, I made a vision board of just things I would like to do and
Yeah.
be this past year, I should say. And one of them was just a very cutesy, cheesy photo, and it said, "I'm in my maid of honor era." And little did I know I would become 3 different maids of honors.
That's awesome. That's some really great stuff. Also, ETAB games I'll be highlighting is Lucky Lion's Fortune, one of our newer ETAB games. It's a lot of fun, as you can take home some great prizes if you have the right fortune. Definitely a fun one there.
Guys, go and check out all of our different ETAB games and let us know which one is your favorite, even if it's just because of the great cash you scored while playing.
Do you know, just speaking of fortune, made me think of how they opened the fortune cookies and swapped bodies in Freaky Friday. When are we getting Freaky Friday 2? Do you know when that's going to happen? Because I know I've heard like rumors about it happening, but I don't know.
They're filming it right now, I think.
Okay.
I think we might be getting it next year or the following year, either 2026 or 2027 would be my guess. I know that Jamie Lee Curtis had made a post that
About a year from now, August 8th, 2025 is the release date.
I did hear that it will be going directly to theaters, so that'll be fun.
Very cool. And it's labeled Freakier Friday.
Yeah, I mean, do I think it'll be good? No. Am I gonna watch it for support of Jamie Lee? Yeah.
Absolutely. And you know, for the original work, I think it's super fun.
Absolutely. I absolutely loved the original. When I was a kid, I even have thought about dressing as her for Halloween a couple times.
That'd be hilarious
Yeah.
if I dressed up as Jamie Lee Curtis and you dressed up as Selena. That's Lindsay
Lindsay.
Lohan.
Yeah.
I think that would be really, really funny.
I just liked her outfit that she wears in like the first scene with her like guitar shirt
Oh, yes,
and
yes.
the green cargo pants.
That's super
Yeah.
funny. That would be really, really funny. But great stuff there. As we move on from the E-tabs that we've been highlighting, as there's so many great ones, as we're about to come to a close of this game right here. In this game, we got that minor jackpot of 54 balls or less. Doesn't look like it's going to be going out in this matchup as we move on to focus on that $17.20 Musco prize. That does mean that minor, major, and mega prize will be growing and rolling into this next game, as that minor jackpot will be clicking up in ball count as well, from 54 to 56 balls or less.
Absolutely. Continue to get enrolled and stick around as we can't wait to give out even more prizes. As we give out this prize of $17.20 going out to Lucky Rosie. They play at the Finlayson Municipal Bar while they take home that great Musco prize. Stick around and get enrolled with that minor jackpot back up at 56 balls or less. Definitely getting a little bit more doable into this next round.
as we are playing a little bit of wild theme game day bingo, getting enrolled into this next one over the next 2 minutes, I would like to talk about some Minnesota Wild news. As our Wild ended up losing in their last matchup, 5-1 on Tuesday night. Not what we wanted to see, as we saw Kevin Fiala, the guy we traded over to the Los Angeles Kings, score a goal on us for them to be able to get that victory. And this was really the first time this season a game truly got away from us. The Wild did score first for the 9th time in 12 games. We have a winning record when it comes to those matchups, but didn't quite go our way this time around. It was our first loss, no points loss in the season as when we score first, and so. Hopefully we bounce back for our next game.
Absolutely, as it's going to be coming up before you know it. Tonight at 9:30, we go up against the Sharks. Should be some very exciting stuff. It's an away game, but if you guys want to show your support for our Wild, go and check out the great eTab game wherever you play Pilot games. It's called Let's Go Wild, as it is a lot of fun, as you can check out that Slapshot bonus round as well to try and take home some huge prizes for yourself.
I just realized that it totally looks like I'm drinking wine on air, but I'm drinking cranberry juice, if everybody wants to know. Just
Just a little lunchtime wine. It's
just
okay.
a little lunchtime wine. No, that's not what I'm doing here. I don't drink alcohol on air. We got 30 seconds to get enrolled into this next game. As we get enrolled, I would like to remind you that if you like playing on those PGL specialty nights, we'd love for you to sign up at pgl.world and become a member of our league. PGL players, they compete for awesome points on those specialty nights, as well as get exclusive insider information when you get signed up, like a monthly newsletter.
Absolutely. Go and sign up today and become an official member of the Pilot Gambling League. It will be a win-win for everyone involved, as it is a lot of fun. You stay up to date and you can officially take home those PGL points on our specialty nights. We are officially in this next game, though. We'll have to see who's going to be taking home what prize, as we are going to be highlighting a few movies that happen to be released on today. Starting it off in 1997, we have Starship Troopers.
This is a sci-fi movie about I think it's something similar to like Dune.
Have you ever seen this?
Yes, I've watched it, but I just haven't watched it in years, and
Yeah, I watched this too young.
yeah, probably to the point where you didn't even understand that it was a like kind of parody on.
I thought it was just fully a movie. I did not think it was a parody at all.
Yeah, it's not a parody. It has a deeper meaning behind it than just like people going up against aliens, because like I think it's meant to be like the people are the villains in this whole entire story. It's supposed to play on like actual society and the way we don't care about other beings and stuff like that.
Okay. Yes, in the distant future, Earth is at war with a race of giant alien insects. Little is known about the bugs except that they are intent on the eradication of all human life. But there was a time before the war. A mobile infantry travels to distant alien planets to take the war to the bugs. They are a ruthless enemy with only one mission: survival of their species, no matter what the cost.
Yeah, it turns into the humans being the villains and everything like that. But yeah, 1997 Starship Troopers. A lot of the meaning goes over people's heads when they watch that flick. But we can move into now a list of very fun movies. Actually, 3 of these movies are some of my favorite childhood works, as they're super just well done movies. First one in 2003, we got Elf. This is a classic. It's been overrated by a lot of people just because it's such a classic for many, but I still have a love for it. It was one of the first Will Ferrell works, probably the first Will Ferrell work I ever watched, and I really enjoyed it. It's also the first Zooey Deschanel, as I've become a big fan of hers through her role in New Girl, and so I like it. I like the whole work.
Absolutely, as I completely did not register as Zooey Deschanel until like years and years later. I
Because she's
just
got blonde, short hair. She doesn't have her classic fringe.
she's got no volume in her hair. She just doesn't look like herself.
Uh-huh.
We do have our winner here as player at the Boulevard Bar and Grill takes home that must go prize. Congratulations, as $15 is heading your way. Make sure you continue to get enrolled in this next round as we have that minor jackpot now at 58 balls or less.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun as we get enrolled into this game number 8. But Elf, a super fun work here we get to highlight on today. I think it was well done for a kids comedy.
Absolutely. I gotta say it's one of my least favorite Peter Dinklage movies, though.
Oh, I love that role for Peter Dinklage. I think it's so funny. I think it's such
As a kid, I really didn't like him.
You did like him. I thought he was hilarious.
And I love Peter Dinklage in most of his things, even the villain in a lot of our kids' works that he was. But yeah, no, in Elf, I didn't like it.
I didn't like him in Underdog.
Mm.
Yeah, as the mad scientist in Underdog. I just didn't think he was a good villain in that one.
I'm sure I liked it.
You probably didn't watch Underdog as much as I did.
No, I think I watched it like 3 times.
I own the movie Underdog. It was a great time. I loved the animated show, which gained my love for Underdog, and then I ended up trying to like the live action one. Live action one was not nearly the same love for it as the animated work. But Elf on today is a super fun one with a star-studded cast that we get to highlight on today, and a very long list of very quotable scenes in that one. It's a very quotable movie.
I have to say the animation that is in the intro and in the credit scene as well is like probably one of my favorite aspects to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely love it. But yeah, Elf coming out on today in 2003, getting nice and ready for the holiday season that's up and coming. So maybe get ready and snuggle in and watch a little Elf on today. Up next, in 2008, we've got Madagascar Escape to Africa.
Arguably the best Madagascar movie. I like this one a lot. I think it's a very well done one, and I think I enjoyed this one more than the original work.
I think I liked the first one more.
That doesn't. I mean, yeah. There's a lot of good stuff in the first one as well. I don't think there's like really one that you can that like is. I don't think that's a hot take by saying the first one. I think Madagascar Escape to Africa is though. Just I found it a lot more funny. I like the zebra scene of him being on black with white stripes or white with black stripes. I just thought there was a lot of really good bits in the entire Escape to Africa. And I also thought that there was a little bit more meaning behind the premise of Escape to Africa. There was kind of a life lessons within it where the original Madagascar, there wasn't nearly as many like life lessons.
No, it was
in
purely for fun.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think you still
Other
get
than like maybe a shout out at zoos. Or
Yeah.
shot thrown at zoos.
some stuff like that. But Escape to Africa is super fun Madagascar work, and I think they did a good job. Moto likes you.
Yeah, that was that song that's like I like 'em big.
Yeah.
That was sang quite a bit as a child.
Yeah. Every hot tub, every time you got into a hot tub, I feel like it got sang.
That's so funny.
At least me as a
I
child.
was gonna say, yeah, I can't relate to that
Can't
one.
relate to
but
that. Yeah, I feel like if it wasn't around a bunch of guys, it might have been a little bit more offensive. So I guess that does make sense.
yeah, well, whatever. But everyone loves Moto and his whole character.
For sure.
And a lot of people even really wanted him and Gloria to be together.
Really? I didn't know
I
that.
remember my girlfriends while watching it really were like, yeah, she finally met a hippo. And I was like, but what about Melvin?
I was always a Melvin love.
Yeah.
Like I liked Melvin. I dislike Melvin more rewatching it. He's more annoying. But as a kid, I was always rooting for Melvin.
Mm-hmm.
Well, fun one. 2008 Madagascar Escape to Africa. As we move on to our next 2008 movie, Role Models. This is a star-studded cast as Paul Rudd stars alongside, what's his name? Gosh. The guy from the
I know.
American Pie movies.
Yeah, I don't know their name.
Sean William.
He is
Scott.
not someone I take note of in my mind.
I didn't know. I didn't know. You know, like
No, no,
every
no.
celebrity's name.
No, I don't. I really don't. I don't know his. I could never tell you McLovin's real name, but they're all in this very funny comedy. I really did not watch this until I think this past year or maybe the year prior.
I think it was like 2 years ago that
Yeah.
we watched it, and it was my first
was
time watching it as well.
Yeah, that was it was a
Peter
movie.
Dinklage is in it as well, right?
I don't remember.
I think Peter Dinklage is in it. I could be wrong. I remember. I thought I could be. I mixed Role Models and like two other movies together in that like weird adult take on like the like influential role, like role model role for these nerdy kids kind of thing. But we do have a winner here before we talk more about it.
That's right, as our Pren 31 as well as Wingnut both split up $20 on that Musco prize. Congratulations there, as we have that minor jackpot now officially at 60 balls or less and over $100. Let's get that prize as high as we can in the next minute and a half. So grab those iPads and get enrolled.
Yeah, this one isn't the one with Peter Dinklage in it, but Sean William Scott. I was actually right on the money saying his name. I'm impressed with myself.
Yeah, he's an actor I will never remember his name.
I love the little boy that's in it, Bobby J. Thomas. He's in quite a few.
Oh my
just
goodness, yeah.
really
From
funny
Fred
work.
Claus to
Yeah, there's a lot of different ones that you could say him as a little kid just appearing in.
That's So Raven.
As he just, he was just willing to say whatever it was. He was a really funny actor.
Absolutely.
Now a rapper.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. But fun movie. Role Models released on today in 2008.
Absolutely. We have one final movie that's released on today. It happens to be released in 2014 as Big Hero 6 was released. This is a Disney animated work. I didn't watch this when it came on out, but just a few years ago.
Really?
I watched it. Yeah, I've only watched it the one time with you. And it was super, super cute. I absolutely love Baymax. And just really this whole concept, I think it was really very well done. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
that I've seen in
I
the
think
last,
it was
6 years.
yeah, one of the better done just animated works that truly give you like they also don't make it too little kiddie. Like they very much play on some harder topics with actual like meaningful characters passing away and like different things like that, and having these emotions with the loss of his family and stuff like that, and finding his people and who accept him for being him. I think it's a really, really cool story that added in a lot of fun action and comedy that brought together a really good movie.
Absolutely, and I also think that it bred a lot of ideas that came into fruition in movies that have come out since and are also coming out soon, with this whole artificial intelligent friend dynamic. We've seen a couple of them come out so far, like Ron Gone Wrong, or I'm not really sure if there's any humans in Wild Robot.
No, there's not.
Just artificial intelligence. But I think that this was one of the first ones that really had it, other than like maybe Wall-E, that had like robots like that.
Yeah, definitely a cool one there. I think Big Hero 6 did a really good job with it. There's not plans on being the sequel. I feel like it should get a trilogy. I would love to see Big Hero 6 get a trilogy.
Yeah, I think that would be super cute. It's not something I ever thought was going to come of it. I thought it was just a one-off movie.
Yeah, but I feel like you could make a lot of money off Baymax.
You really could. Yeah. There was such a huge surge of people getting Baymax plushies and like bean bags that look like Baymax and
Really?
everything.
I never saw that.
My goodness, yeah. I had a couple friends I went to school with that had them.
Wow, very cool, very cool. Yeah, that was not in my circles, but
yeah, one girl specifically had the big Baymax. Like it was like the size of a love sack.
That's awesome. I would love to have that after watching that movie. It's such a cute one.
Yeah, she didn't let anyone sit on it though.
Really?
Yeah. Everyone just wanted to dive in it, but she thought it was disrespectful to Baymax.
Okay, yeah, that changes things a little bit on the whole entire Baymax outlook. But fun movie released on today in 2014, Big Hero 6. I think one of the better done animated works of the 2010s.
Absolutely. It's definitely been one of my favorites that I've watched within the last 10 years of it coming out. So that is a fun one. I can't believe it's already been 10 years since it came
Yeah.
out, though. Maybe go and give Big Hero 6 a watch on today if you want something a little bit different. We've got role models and even more there coming out on today.
Yeah, we do have Nan in this game, number 9, taking home our Musco prize of $29.20. Congratulations to you, Nan, over at Corky's Bar South Haven, as we now get enrolled into a game number 10. This game 10 will have a minor jackpot at 62 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun as we get after it.
Absolutely. Continue to get enrolled in this next round. You do not want to miss out on any of the great cash prizes we have here. And if you end up taking home any of these cash prizes, whether it's a giant jackpot or you just having fun with your friends, holding up your eTab game of choice for the day, we would love to see it. You guys can snap those player pictures and send them directly to us onto our Facebook, onto any of your own social medias using the hashtag PilotGames, or you can even email them directly to us at jackpots@pilotgames.com. We love scooping up all those different player pictures and posting it anywhere we can.
Absolutely. Definitely some great stuff there. As we get after it in this upcoming Game 10, I would like to talk a little bit about some Twins news, as it looks like the Twins may be forcing Royce Lewis to play second base. Royce Lewis doesn't want to be taken out of his crib. Lewis made that clear this past season when Minnesota experimented with him at second base. Moving Lewis from third to second base wouldn't be like moving a toddler into a big boy bed. It's a little offensive to say.
I was gonna say.
Lewis doesn't seem to view it as a promotion. If you take. Okay, no, it's because he made the comparison. If you take a baby out of its crib where it's safe, it's going to feel a little bit scared, Lewis said later in the season after the Twins started toying with the idea. That's kind of where I'm at right now. It's unclear if Lewis has opened his mind to the transition, but it's clear the Twins are focused on moving forward with a second base as an option. Take it from Twins Chief Baseball Officer Derek Falvey, who said as much in an interview with the Star Tribune, Bobby Nightingale Jr. Some of that will depend on the personnel we acquire, don't acquire, and how that all shakes out, Falvey said when talking about the possibility. We want him to stay open-minded to that, and we'll have that conversation. Well, if Lewis is at second base, it could mean Brooks Lee at third base, Carlos Correa at shortstop, and Jose Miranda at first base. Miranda also has the ability to play the hot corner.
Absolutely, as we can't wait to see all the decisions that our Twins will be making in this offseason and where all of our guys are going to be ending up out there on the field. Should be some really, really exciting stuff when they officially take the mound this coming spring. But if you guys want to show your support for them in their offseason, go and check out the great eTab game that you guys can actually check out wherever you play Pilot Games. It's called Twins Win, and you guys can even go and check out that Home Run Derby bonus round, where if you click on the lucky batter, you could end up taking home some Grand Slam prizes. It is a lot of fun. Go and check it out today.
Absolutely. We love being able to talk about those awesome Twins and the eTab game that we teamed up with the Twins for. But as we are getting after, I'd like to give a quick shout out to anybody out there who is celebrating their awesome birthday on today. Shout out to you guys. Happy November 7th as we celebrate your birthdays on today, as we highlight some fun celebrities that were born on today.
That's right. In 1867, we've got Marie Curie, the Polish-French scientist who discovered radium and ended up being the first woman to win the Nobel Prize in 1903, and then she went on again to win a different Nobel Prize in 1911.
Wow, what an influential woman there. Marie Curie, really impressive stuff.
Absolutely, as she is the physicist and chemist who was a pioneer in radioactive studies. on just radioactivity. She was the first woman to win the Nobel Prize, the first person to win a Nobel Prize twice in general, and the only person to win a Nobel Prize in 2 scientific fields. That is
Wow.
truly, truly incredible. Her husband, Pierre Curie, was the co-winner of her first Nobel Prize, making them the first married couple to ever win Nobel Prizes, respectively, when launching the Curie family legacy of 5 Nobel Prizes.
That's awesome. Happy birthday, Mary Curry. As we got E-Dub over at the Buffalo Wild Wings Roseville, taking home my minor jackpot of $177.43. Congratulations to you, E-Dub, as we now get enrolled into a double must-go game. With that minor jackpot, that must-go prize at $42.80 remaining available as you guys just add to it as you get enrolled over the next 2 minutes. Should be a lot of fun as we get enrolled into this next game.
Absolutely. Well, happy birthday to Mary Curie, who has a Nobel Prize in both physics and chemistry. Truly, truly incredible stuff, and a just list of awards that has been awarded to her through her various acts and discoveries.
Yep. Next up, born on today, we got Jean Shrimpton, a British model and actress who is a part of Privilege, Beaton Bailey, and Something Nice to Eat. She's also the world's first supermodel.
That's right, as she's got a very iconic look. Happy birthday to Jean Shrimpton. That's some really awesome stuff.
Yeah, very cool. To be considered the world's first supermodel is a pretty cool accomplishment.
Absolutely. Really, really awesome stuff. She is one of the world's highest paid models, one of the most famous models, and even one of the most photographed in the world.
Wow.
Really awesome stuff. Happy birthday to Jean Shrimpton. Up next, in 1943, we have Joni Mitchell, the Canadian singer-songwriter and producer, did Both Sides Now, River, and A Case of You.
Yeah, she is a fantastic Roberta Joan Mitchell. She's considered one of the most accomplished and recognized names in folk music. Mitchell's songs have been covered by artists like Judy Collins and Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Her lyrics have influenced many musicians, and she has been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Songwriters Hall of Fame, as well as other great accomplishments as well.
Absolutely. Maybe give Joni Mitchell a little listen to on today. She is a multi-instrumentalist and has been a long-standing singer and producer. Definitely an awesome one. I grew up a little bit on some Joni Mitchell CDs, and so it's always a fun one on today.
Yeah, definitely a cool one. As we get enrolled and get balls dropping in this game right here, we do have some more great celebrity birthdays we need to highlight as we move on to born on today in 1967. John Michael McDowell, an Irish filmmaker and screenwriter who did The Guard as well as Cavalry.
Very cool stuff. Happy birthday to John Michael McDowell. I can't say that I have seen either The Guard or Cavalry, but that is a really impressive stuff there that he was able to create as well as even maybe work on the screenwrite for it.
Yes, The Guard stars John Cheadle. What's his name? Don Cheadle, and Brendan Gleeson, Mark Strong. Really, really fantastic cast. And then Cavalry is starring Brendan Gleeson, Chris O'Dowd, and other fantastic actors and actresses. Well, happy birthday to John Michael McDowell.
Absolutely. Up next, in 1973, we've got Dan Houser. He is the English video game designer. That's right, he worked on Rockstar Games' Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, that is a cool one there. Part of Rockstar Games, created a lot of really iconic works.
Absolutely, as Grand Theft Auto is one of my favorite open world concepts that has been done in a video game.
Yeah, let's look up what other
Rockstar Games he worked on.
Yeah, what are the games?
Oh, just games in general from the Rockstar Games?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on what all their games that they have made throughout their time.
I can't say I know either.
Red Dead Redemption.
Okay.
They've also done some of the biggest. I mean, just between Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption, that's got to take up a lot of your time, as those are some of the most intricate
Yeah.
works out there. And that looks like they're two like put their name on the cover type deals.
Absolutely, as there are multiple games that have come out from each franchise as well. So
Mhm.
those could be his respective teams he's working on. So happy birthday to John Hauser.
Next up, born on today in
Dan Hauser.
1983, we got Adam Devine, the American actor from Pitch Perfect and comedian TV producer from Workaholics.
That's right, as we have our winner here as player at the Boulevard Bar and Grill takes home $70. Nicely done going out to you as we have that double Musco prize heading your way. We're getting enrolled in what will be the final game of this lunchtime game day bingo, so stick around, get enrolled as we aim to maybe give out another minor jackpot as it clicks up to 54 balls or less. As we talk about Adam Devine, the actor, as he was born on today, he's really hit or miss for me. I think I really liked him when I was first watching him, and now it really is a 50-50 shot of if I'm going to like what he's in.
Absolutely, as most I feel like comedians are. I feel like when you are a like comedy like specialty type actor, it's one of those things where half the comedies I like you, half the comedies I don't. It's very rare that I because I even say that about Adam Sandler. I'm like half of his movies I can't stand, and then the other half I'm like those are best movies out there to be able to watch. Maybe Adam Devine isn't quite in the category of Adam Sandler, but he has some really funny works, and he's still growing his repertoire of movies.
Speaking of iconic names in comedy, I actually just saw this morning somebody saying that Adam Devine and Jack Black are essentially interchangeable, and that they could do either role for each other, and you could swap them out in their movies, and they would work. And I don't think I agreed at all.
Yeah, that's an interesting take.
Like, yeah, I can see Adam Devine aging into the next Jack Black, but to say that they're interchangeable now, I think is hard.
Yeah, he just doesn't have the resume to
I'm like,
really put it on.
I mean, like, yeah, you could see Adam Devine playing a character like Nacho Libre. No one's denying that. But, you throw Jack Black into Pitch Perfect, well...
That'd be hilarious to do a Nacho Libre starring Adam Devine, and he plays like a boy
an aspiring
like
luchador.
No, he's like the grandson of the great Nacho Libre, and he wants to live up to his grandfather's like legacy.
And he's just horrible at wrestling.
And he's just horrible at wrestling. I think that would be a pretty funny movie concept.
Hollywood,
right there.
call us up.
Yeah, call us up. I really enjoyed him in the Intern. That's one that I just showed you this past year, and I think he does a good job as one of those side comedic characters. I think that's where he really thrives in my eyes, is as like a fun side comedic character that aids in like maybe a more serious story that is followed throughout the entire movie.
Absolutely. He got known primarily from Workaholics, though, as the TV show where him and his two buddies are just degenerates.
Yeah.
They went on to do even movies together, like, I think it's, like Game Over, Bro?
Yeah, Game Over, Bro.
Man?
Game Over Man is the one that came out with Blake Anderson and Anderson Holm, the intern. Anderson Holm stars in it as the terrible husband.
Yes.
But I think it's a good one to highlight. Happy birthday, Adam Devine.
Up next, and our final celebrity born on today in 1996, we've got Lorde, the New Zealand singer. She really went famous for her song Royals.
Yeah, big. Crazy to think that she's only 2 years older than us. Well, 2 years older than me. Because I just view her as way older.
She's the same age as my brother.
Because she was... Yeah, because she just... Royals came out when we were still very young. She must have been only maybe 16 at the time or something like that. Super crazy to think that she already has had like a really popular music career at already the young age of 28 now.
I'll say I was listening to music on my headphones the other day, and I was just putting on old music, just listening, and I was just doing my homework, and then all of a sudden I realized I was singing out loud. And that has almost like never happened to me while having my headphones on. Like, at least that I'm usually conscious that I'm singing. Like,
were you listening to some Lorde?
I was listening to Lorde.
What were
and
you
I was
listening
listening to Teams.
Ah, that's good.
We're on each other's teams.
Yeah.
I was just like singing it alone in my room, and I was like, whoa. And it was Lorde. Shout out. you won today. Happy
Great,
birthday.
great artist to highlight. As we are
Yeah.
finishing up this game right here, trying to give out the $15 must-go prize, as I'll be highlighting our player spotlight of today. Treecor over at American Legion Mound. They took home $9,604 as the largest jackpot winner of this last weekend. And over at American Legion Mound, they sport the American Legion Post 398 Mound. Their mission is to enhance the well-being of Americans' veterans, their families, our military, and our communities by their devotion to mutual helpfulness.
Well, nicely done to Tree Cord taking home that great jackpot prize and supporting an amazing charity while doing so. You guys support different charities no matter where you play at playing pilot games. We hope you guys stick around, get enrolled in a little bit of Lucky 4 bingo, and we have our final Musco prize going out to Luca over at Smiley's Tavern. $15.40 heading your way, Luca. Congratulations. But like I said, stick around, get enrolled, and when you play pilot games, your community wins.
Have a good one.